Jones, and Lucas and Stella. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to be discussing a really interesting topic, and that's on the matter of being clean and being neat. So I have a question for all of you, and it's our question of the day. So the question is, why is it important to be neat and clean? So I'll let you guys think about that question, and we have it up here as well. So that's our question of the day. Why is it important to be neat and clean? Does everybody understand the question?
Do you understand the question? If you understand it, please raise your hand. OK，为什么要保
Okay.
持整齐跟清洁？为什么？Why? Let's start with Kevin. Do you know why it is important to stay clean? You don't know? Jones, could you answer the question?
Because if you don't take in the bath, your body will smell sticky.
Yes. That's very true. So if part of being clean, we know is taking a bath or taking a shower. And so if we don't do those things, like Joan said, we might smell bad. We might not smell very good. Very good answer. Thank you, Jones. Does anybody else have an answer? Why do we need to stay clean and neat?
Very.
Hmm. 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 Because if you don't do it, you maybe get sick.
Yes, that's a great answer. So could you please answer in a complete sentence? It is important to be clean because...
It's important to be clean because if you don't do it, maybe you get sick.
Very good. And that's really important to remember, right? Because if we don't wash our hands or throw away our tissues, we could get sick or we could get somebody else sick. So very good. Anybody else?
Stella, do you want to give it a try? And Ryan just joined us. Ryan, could you turn on your camera?
Hi, Ryan. Welcome.
一家. Okay, Stella, you go ahead.
If you didn't clean your desk will be dirty and no one want to play with you.
Very good. Great answer. So it's important to keep not just our bodies clean, but our things, right? Like our desk and our room. Very good. Great answer. Anybody else? Kevin? Ryan? Oh, Ryan, I'll say our question for you now. Why is it important to be neat and clean? What do you think?
If we don't clean the room, where room were dirty.
Very good. If we don't keep our room clean, right, it'll be dirty. So we need to keep our room clean as well. Excellent. So if there's no more comments, I'm going to move on. Lucas or Kevin, do you want to share a comment as well? Okay.
Because you don't want to catch a cold.
Very good. Could you please say it in a complete sentence?
It's important to, okay. Kevin. Yeah, could you give him some help?
Yes, of course. Sorry. So that was a great answer. So let's try to do it in a complete sentence. It is important to be clean because.
It's important to clean because you don't want to catch a cold.
Very good. So it is important to be clean because you don't want to catch a cold. Very good. That's a great answer as well. What about you, Lucas? Do you have an answer? Why do you think it's important to stay clean and neat?
Lucas, you have to, yeah, thank you. It's okay if you don't know how to answer the
Yes,
question.
it's okay. I don't want to pass over anybody. So it's okay. We'll learn more about that in the lesson and you'll be able to answer it. Okay, Ryan, you already shared. I'm sorry. Okay, great job, everybody. So yes, it's important to keep our rooms clean, our house clean, and to take care of our bodies. It helps us to stay healthy so we won't get sick, especially right now with the pandemic, the coronavirus. We want to stay healthy so we don't get others sick or ourselves sick. So today we are going to be talking more about something called hygiene. So hygiene is the word we use to talk about things we do to stay clean, to stay clean. So I'm going to share my screen and we will see some examples of good hygiene. Okay, is my screen working?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So can you guys please repeat after me? Hygiene.
Hygiene. Hygiene.
Very good. So hygiene can be a tricky word because the spelling can look a little funny, but right here is the word hygiene. So again, hygiene are just the things we do to stay clean. So 4 different things that can be included in having good hygiene are brushing our teeth. So we can brush our teeth in the morning and at night before we go to bed. Washing our hands. We want to wash our hands after we use the bathroom and before we eat. Or if our hands are dirty, we'll wash our hands. We also take showers or baths to clean our bodies, to wash our hair. And we also want to wear clean clothes. So we change our clothes when they're dirty. So these are 4 different things that good hygiene involves. And so what we're going to do now is watch a video, and I hope you guys will like it. So it's a song about having good hygiene. So give me 1 minute and I'm going to pull up that video for us. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Hi, guys. Hi, Gene. You know, being named Gene, I hear that a lot. And so naturally, I took an interest in hygiene. You guys probably already know a bunch of stuff about hygiene, like wash your hands after going to the bathroom. But did you guys know all of this stuff already? So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. People wonder how I stay so fresh. My skin, my hair, and my back. It's not magic, I got a routine. Taking care of my personal hygiene. I believe that health is wealth. That's why I take care of myself. I always want to look and smell my best, even if no one else is impressed. And one thing you should understand, these germs can mess with your plans. That's why when I get the chance, I make sure that I wash my hands. Soap and water and I don't rush, but I don't waste either cause I don't need much. Before I eat, before I sleep, after playing in the street or with animals I meet. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. So let's talk about teeth and gums. Even though it doesn't sound like fun, you can save on your dentist bills. Flossing is better than needles and drugs. If you brush your teeth twice a day, it fights back into decay. 2 minutes of time is nothing. I listen to my favorite song while I'm brushing. Before my body starts to stink, I use the bathtub. What do you think? Take a shower or a bath. If I'm singing a song, you know I'm having a blast. Everybody has different needs. I found things that work for me. Find something that's right for you, and you can have good hygiene too. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. Wash your hands, brush your teeth, clean your face and your feet. Wash your clothes and your hair and your ears everywhere. Wash your hands, brush your teeth, clean your face and your feet. Wash your clothes and your hair and your ears.
Okay. So, what did you guys think about that show? I like that video. I like the song. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like that video. It highlights different things we can do to stay clean and to keep our bodies clean. So, I'd like to ask, what are the different things that were mentioned in that video that we can do to stay clean? And I'll share my screen again with the PowerPoint so that you can. What are some things we can do to keep our bodies clean? What about you, Barry? What do you think? What can we do to stay clean?
We can washing our hands.
Very good. So in this case, we would say we can wash our hands. Can you repeat that again, please?
We can wash our hands.
Very good. So washing our hands is part of good hygiene. Jones, can you tell me what else we can do to have good hygiene?
We We can brush our teeth.
Very good. We can brush our teeth. Excellent. Stella, can you please tell me a third thing we can do to have good hygiene?
We can take a bath.
Very good. Good job. We can take a bath. The boy in the video, he took a bath, or you can take a shower too. And Ryan, can you tell me what is the fourth thing here that we can do to have good hygiene?
Wearing clean clothes.
Very good. Can you please say it in a complete sentence?
We can wearing clean clothes.
Very good. So in this case, instead of saying wearing, we would say wear. We can wear clean clothes. So very good, everyone. So these are all part of hygiene. Hygiene. So within our next couple of lessons, we are going to be reading a story about a boy named Jason. And sadly, Jason does not have good hygiene in our story. So we are going to look at some new words that are going to be in the story. So that's what we're going to do next. So the first word or phrase is to wipe. Please repeat after me. To wipe.
To wipe.
To wipe.
Very good. And wipe is a verb. So it's an action word. It's something we do. So an example would be, he wipes his runny nose. Can you repeat after me that? He wipes his runny nose.
He
wipes
wipes
his
his runny
nose.
nose.
Very good. So notice when you are talking about yourself, another person, or a group of people, we would say I wipe, you wipe your nose, we wipe, or they wipe their nose. But if we are talking about a he or a she, we add an S to the end. So it would be he wipes, just like in our example sentence. So the boy in this picture is wiping his nose. So next we have an interesting one. Can you repeat after me? Runny nose.
Runny nose.
Jim is sick and has a runny nose.
Jim is sick and has a runny nose.
Very good. So, does anyone here, does their nose actually run? Can their nose hop off their face and run? No, right? So, this is called an idiom. Repeat after me. Idiom.
Idiom.
Very good. Idiom. So, idioms are words or phrases that mean something different from what it would literally mean. So we see in this picture a nose, it has sneakers on, shoes, and it's running. But that's not what we literally mean when we say runny nose. This is what a runny nose is. So this boy here needs to wipe his runny nose. Are there any questions about an idiom? What an idiom is or what this means? Okay, so idioms are something interesting, especially when you're learning a new language. And in English, we have many idioms. And so it's important to know what they mean, or else you may be confused when speaking to someone or reading something. So here's just one example of an idiom. Okay, next one. To reach for.
To reach
To
for.
reach for.
I reach for an item on the shelf.
I
I
reach
reach
for
for
an
an
item
item
on
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 the
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 shelf.
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 Very good. So you're reaching for something, you have your arm out to grab it, like the woman in this picture, she is reaching to grab something. She reaches for it. So notice here too, if we are talking about a he or she, we add es to the end of reach. So for example, instead of saying I reach for an item on the shelf, we would change it to he reaches for an item on the shelf, or she reaches for an item on the shelf. So can you please repeat that after me? He reaches for.
He
He
reaches
reaches
for.
for.
Very good. So there's just that difference when speaking about he or she. We add the es at the end of reach. Very good. So next, tissue.
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 Very good, tissue. So in English, tissue has different meanings. So we could be talking about a tissue, like right here. You use a tissue to wipe your nose, or tissue could be part of the body. But that's not the kind of tissue we're talking about here. We're talking about what we would use to wipe our nose. So I will read the sentence and then repeat after me. You wipe your nose with a tissue.
You
You
wipe
wipe
your
your
nose
nose
with
with
a
a
tissue.
tissue.
Excellent. Great job. Sleeve.
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 The sleeves on my new shirt are blue.
The
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 sleeves
sleeves
on my
on
new
on
my
my
shirt
new
are
shirt
shirts
blue.
are
are blue.
blue.
Very good. Notice how there is an S added to sleeve in the sentence because we are talking about more than one. So on your shirt, can everybody point to the sleeves on their shirt? Point to your sleeves. There we go. Our sleeves. So I'd say it's probably here to up here, your sleeve. Very good. Okay, next we have an adjective, a descriptive word. Disgusting.
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 Very good. Let's try it one more time. Disgusting.
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 Peter thinks that vegetables are disgusting.
Peter
Peter
thinks that
thinks that
That
vegetables
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 are
are
disgusting.
disgusting.
So if something is disgusting, do you think that means we like it or we don't like it? Who can tell me? Does that mean we like it or we don't like it? Go ahead, Ryan.
Don't like.
Very good. So disgusting, it means we don't like it. So as we see in this picture, This man does not like his vegetables. He thinks they are disgusting. Ew. So I put a list here because there are other words that are synonyms to disgusting. So a synonym is a word that basically means the same thing. So here are some synonyms for disgusting. Gross,
Gross.
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 nasty,
Nasty.
Nasty.
and this one is a really strong word. Revolting.
Revolting.
So the word revolting, you probably won't hear that word very often just speaking with someone in a conversation, but revolting is a good word to use if you're writing something. It's a really strong word. It shows it's really disgusting to you. So very good. Single.
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 Karen takes a single tissue from the box.
Karen
Karen
takes
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 a
a
single
single
tissue
tissue
from
from
the
the
box.
box.
Very good. So who can tell me if Karen takes a single tissue, how many tissues is Karen taking? How many is single?
One.
Very good, Jones. So single means one. Very good. So we have another verb, pluck.
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 Joseph plucks a flower from the garden to give to his mom.
Joseph
Joseph
plucks a
plucks
flower
A
a
flower
flower
from the garden to give
his
to
mom.
his mom.
Very good. So to pluck means to quickly take something. So in our sentence, Joseph plucks a flower from the garden, and we see that in the picture. Pluck is a very good word to use when writing because you could just say he grabs or he takes, but if you say he plucks it, it makes your writing sound more interesting. So remember this word, pluck. It's a good word to use. Also, notice as with our other verbs, we add the S at the end if we are saying he plucks, such as in our sentence, Joseph plucks, or she plucks. We add the S at the end. Okay, so now let's practice the words and phrases that we just learned. So I want each of you to pick 3 of these words and create your own sentences using those words. So pick 3 of these words and create your own sentences. Now, if you want to get creative and write one sentence using all 3 of those words, you can, or you can write 3 different sentences with 3 different words. So, does anybody have any questions, or does anybody not understand the directions? I can't see you, so if you have a question, go ahead and unmute.
Okay.
Okay, so do we all understand then?
挑3个字造句，可以造3个句子，或一个句子结合这3个字。OK？
Okay, so I will give you guys a couple of minutes. And when you are finished with your sentences, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Show me a thumbs up, and then I'll know. So go ahead and do that now. And actually, when you are finished, go ahead and just let me know, because I can't see you all while I'm sharing the screen. Okay, Ryan, you're finished. Okay, so we'll wait for everybody else. Good job. And Stella is finished. Jones, I see your hand. Okay. Okay, Alex, you're finished. Nice to meet you, Alex, as well.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
I pluck single tissues to wipe my mouth.
Very good. Very good. Great sentence. So you used single, tissue, and wipe in one sentence. Excellent. Very good. Okay, is everyone finished then? I'll stop sharing so that I can see you all. Okay, let's start with Ryan. Ryan will go after Alex. Go ahead.
I took a single tissue to wipe my runny nose.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, what about you, Stella? You have to unmute.
I pluck a single tissue.
Very good. Great sentence. Okay, Jones, why don't you go now?
You should not use your lips to wipe your runny nose.
Could you say it one more time, please?
You should not use your lips to wipe your runny nose.
Very good. Doing that would be bad hygiene. Very good. We don't use our sleeves to wipe our noses. Good job. Okay, Barry, why don't you go now?
If you have a runny nose, then you need some tissue, or you, or maybe you, or you be disgusting.
Very good. Great sentence. Good use of disgusting. Great job. Okay, what about you, Kevin?
I think the tissue I wipe my runny nose is disgusting.
Could you repeat it one more time, please?
I think the tissue I wipe my runny nose is disgusting.
Okay, very good. Did you say you I seen the tissue that you wiped it and it was and it was disgusting. Very good. So if you were to say it again, you could say, I saw the tissue that I used to wipe my nose, and it was disgusting. So that was a really good sentence. So if you switch out seen for saw, it would sound really great. Could you try it one more time?
I saw tissue. I wiped my runny nose. It's disgusting.
Very good. So saw would be the correct word to use. And you would also have, or never mind. Never mind. That was a good sentence. Okay, Lucas, you're next. Go ahead.
I use tissue wipe my sleeve because it's so disgusting. Disgusting.
Can you please repeat your sentence one more time?
Use to wipe my sleeve because it's so disgusting.
Okay, so great job. Remember, do we wipe our sleeve or do we wipe our nose? What would you say, Lucas? Do we wipe our sleeve or do we wipe our nose? You can unmute yourself.
Lucas，麦克风打开，嘿，unmute 叫打开麦克风。
So remember, do we wipe our sleeve or do we wipe our nose?
是擦，我们是要擦鼻子还是要擦袖子？应该是要擦鼻子嘛，所以你要回答什么？Nose or sleeve？
No sleeves. Wipe nose.
Yes, wipe nose, not
Yes.
sleeve.
Very good. Good job. So we learned a lot of new words, so it can be tricky to put together a sentence, but great effort. Good job. So remember, sleeve, nose. So we wipe our nose with a tissue. We don't want to wipe our nose with our sleeve. So very good. Great job, all of you guys. Great sentences. Awesome. Okay, so now that we learned these new words, we are going to read them in a story about a boy with bad hygiene. So if you all have the story, it should be in the chat. If you could open it up, that way we can all see it. I won't share my screen, that way I can see all of you. But I will open it up on my device as well. Okay, when you have the story open and ready, please raise your hand. So is there anyone who does not have the story?
第二课课文你有没有下载好了？有的举手。
Okay,
Ryan.
so you do have the story.
Okay.
Those are okay. Great. So Ryan, do you need help?
Yes.
Ryan，你到那个群组去下载，你昨天没有先下载下来，往上拉，往上拉。
哦，找到了。
Okay, he got it.
Okay, great. So can I please have a volunteer to read the title of our story? Would anybody like to read the title, the first sentence at the top?
Volunteer 有没有志愿者？读 title， 读这一课的课文名称标题。
Alex.
Okay,
Sorry, Luke.
Jason wipes his nose.
Very good. Jason wipes his nose. So this story has 3 paragraphs. So we are going to break down this story. Today we are only going to read the first paragraph because this paragraph has the new words that we just learned. So I'll read it first. Jason has a runny nose. He reaches for a box of tissue on the table so that he can wipe it. His mother told him that he should use tissue and not the sleeve of his shirt because that is very disgusting. A single tissue is all he needs, and he plucks one out of the box. So I'm going to read it again, one sentence at a time. After I read one sentence, you repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Jason has a runny nose.
Jason has
a
a
runny
nose.
He reaches for a box of tissue on the table so that he can wipe it.
He
reaches
for a box
of
on the
tissue
table
On
so
the
that he can
so that
wipe
he
it.
can wipe it.
can wipe it.
Very good. For the next sentence, I will break it down because it's very long. His mother told him that he should use tissue.
His
His
mother
mother
told
told
him that he should use tissue.
and not sleeve.
And not the sleeve of his shirt because that is very disgusting.
and
not the sleeve of his
shirt
shirt because that is very
disgusting.
Very disgusting.
A single tissue is all he needs, and he plucks one out of the box.
A
single tissue is all he needs, and he plucks one out of the box.
Very good. I have to say, this is harder to do when we are online and not in a real classroom, but you guys do great. So, very good. So, I have a few questions for you guys. So, what is wrong with Jason? What is his problem? How is he a little sick? Are you raising your hand, Jones?
He used his sleeve to wipe his runny nose, but he didn't use tissue to wipe his runny nose. So his mouth is very disgusting.
Very good. So we can assume, right, that he used to use his sleeve, but his mom told him, ew, gross. That is disgusting. So you answered a lot of my questions with that answer, Joan, so very good. So one more question. How many tissues does Jason pluck from the box? How many? Go ahead, Alex.
Jason plucks one tissues from a box.
Very good. And what is another way of saying one? How else could we answer that question?
Single.
Very good. So one or single. So single, again, is another way of saying one. Single. So very good. So now we're going to move on to some practice so that we can get these words cemented into our brain and know how to use them. And feel free to read ahead on your own time because we are going to go over more of this story and about how Jason does not have good hygiene. So I will share my screen, and if you open up, or you know what, actually I won't share my screen for this one. If you take out this this worksheet, it's also in the chat. I'm covering half of it because I did all the answers, so I don't want you to see yet. But if you take out this open it up on the chat. So it's, whoop, quick peek. This is our worksheet here. So oh, sorry, go ahead, Luke.
Have you downloaded the worksheet? If you have, please raise your hand. 学习单有下载了吗？ Okay, good.
Okay, excellent, everybody. So if we look, the first thing we have to do on the worksheet is match the picture with the word. So if we look at our worksheet, number 1. Now, if we think about the slideshow, the PowerPoint, and when we went over the vocabulary, we looked at all of these pictures, and they each went with one of these words. So who can tell me what word would match with number 1? With number 1, what word would match with number 1?
To pluck.
Very good. To pluck. And so what about number 2? What would match with number 2?
Runny nose.
Very good. Runny nose. And number 3, what
Okay,
would match?
Stella, could you answer question number 3? And next, Barry.
Single.
Single, very good. Great, Stella. And then Barry next. Thank you. What would be the answer for number 4, Barry?
To reach for.
Great job. Awesome.
Lucas. And then Kevin.
So Lucas, number 5, what would be the answer? What is the boy doing in the picture?
Oh, not use tissue and not the sleeve.
那个是连连看而已，连连
哦
看，你就选一个右边的单字就对了。
嗯，
你有看到右边的单字吗 ？To wipe, single, sleeve, disgusting， 有吗？
有
这个第5个图对应到右边的单字是哪一个？
第5个图。
有一个小朋友在擦鼻涕，有没有？
嗯，
你现在是看的是学习单吗？
对，
有看到连连看吗？有，左边有8张图，右边有8个单字。
没有。
那你看错，你没有下载学习单呢。Okay.
嗯
So, yeah, I think he got the worksheet wrong. So,
Okay.
Kevin, you go ahead.
Great job, Lucas. Good try.
To wipe.
To wipe. Very good. So we see picture number 5, to wipe. So number 6, let's go back to Jones.
Tissue.
Tissue. Awesome. Very good. Alex, can you please do number 7?
Disgusting.
Excellent. Great job. And Stella, on number 8, we don't have the arrows, but can you guess what number 8 would be?
Sleeve.
Very good. Great job, you guys. So you can always look back at this or look back at the slides, the presentation, if you happen to forget what one of these words mean. You can always go back and look at it. Okay. So we have a little bit of time left. So let's go over the next part of the worksheet. So we have a word bank. Oops, I had the answers on there. A word bank. So we have different words in there. Then we have 5 sentences. 5 sentences. But the sentences are not complete. They're missing words. And so we will go over, I'll go over one of these with you, and then I'll let you complete the rest for homework. So number 1, after dinner, Maya blinked her face with a napkin. So the correct word would be wipes. She wipes her face with a napkin. So I would cross it out on my word bank and write it to fill in the blank. Okay, so not all of the words in the word bank will be used in the sentences, but 5 of them are. So does anybody have questions about that part of the homework? Okay. Or Alex, are you about to ask a question?
No question.
Okay. Okay. And so then the second thing I would like you to do for your homework is answer this question down here. Okay? Do you think, so this is what you think, do you think good hygiene is important? Why or why not? So we went over this a little bit in the beginning of class, but now you can share more or have the chance to write your answer down. So please do so in complete sentences, okay? And you can share what you think. And we will review all of this next week, okay? So do you have any questions about what we learned today or about the homework? No? Okay
Any
then.
questions? Okay. 这个作业要回去要写啊，下礼拜要分享。Worksheet, page 2, okay? Answer the question. Why is it important to have good hygiene? Lucas, 你有收到我寄给你的学习单吗？Yeah, he's new, so I have to explain it to him. 在我们上课前，老师都会有传那个一些学习单。Make sure you get online 10 minutes before the class, so you have time to download the materials. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Anything else to add, Xiahna?
No, that wraps it up. You guys all did very well. And Stella, Alex, and Lucas, I'm very glad to have met you guys today. And you guys all did really great. So next week, again, like I said, we'll go over the homework again, and we will keep reading the story about Jason. Okay?
Okay, let's say thank you to Xiahna. And Jones, I will call you right after this class, okay? All right, please say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See
See
you
you
Next week.
Thank you guys. I'll see you. Bye.
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 Bye.